Go. And this is Gunpoint. It's a very fun game. At least I like to think that it's a very fun game. Is that some okay behind me?
Huh? Yo.
So you want to go ahead and explain some of the basic...
Okay, so basically the story behind this is that you're a private eye type person who just got a pair of super pants. So it's kind of a stealth puzzle game where you can use these pants to sort of jump around, and you have a lot of mobility. And you also have a hacking tool that you can use to reroute wires from light switches to other things to sort of manipulate how the enemies will sort of change the building, so you can use it to open doors and things. So as a result, if you couldn't guess from the huge jumping and rerouting stuff, this game is super broken and can be really kind of broken open, as Valius will be showing here, even though I can't quite see what's going on.
Yeah, it's this spot.
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure, I guess.
So here is when we first get the crosslink.
So yeah, crosslink is the skill I was talking about where you can rewire things. So you'll see him go into a mode here where he sets the light switch to activate the door rather than the lights above. So this is just sort of the tutorial for how it works. But if you can do some fun stuff as well. It's also a really funny game. This is probably one of my favorite games that I played this past month. So I would highly recommend getting it if you haven't already.
And there I showed that you can actually you can link multiple things together kind of in a chain, and when you activate one item, it'll activate the rest in a row. And we use that more than a few times in this run. And every time I jump on a guard, what that's doing is I jump on them and I punch them, and it knocks them out. And that actually it entirely eliminates them from the level, basically, because once they're knocked out, they're done. I may show off some of the entertainment on if you decide to punch people a lot in this game a little later. The main upgrades I'm getting is the jump charge immediately, because it lets me, now that I have a full charge, I don't have to hold my left click very often to get a full jump, which means that at this point in time I can just skyrocket through the game.
Yeah, basically using the jump is your fastest method of movement, so upgrading the charge speed is probably more important than distance overall. The purpose is speed, I guess.
Yeah, and you'll notice that when I'm going in the elevators, I'm clicking on the elevator on the floor that I want to go to. That's a huge thing because I can skip multiple floors instead of having to go a floor at a time. Also, as you notice there, I sent the elevator up a floor without actually being in it, and I use that a few times in this run also. And this is the first level we actually skip. The game gives you 2 level skips, so we kind of abuse that a little bit. It cuts about, I'd say, 2.5 minutes off of the entire run just because you're getting rid of the longest levels.
If only all games are so generous.
And I just got shot, which shows off the checkpoint system quite well. The game actually makes a checkpoint every 5 seconds. And when you die, you can go back to any of your last 3. So dying in this game is not a huge, huge ordeal.
You basically die from any damage in this game, so...
Yeah. Any gun damage. You don't die from
fall damage.
Yeah, there's no fall damage. So here I'm buying the drop shot and the hush cracker, which lets me do 2 things. The drop shot lets me drop off of this. There's a guard on the right-hand side here, and it'll let me drop off of this without actually getting him alarmed. And then the hush cracker lets me break windows without alarming guards. And those are 2 extremely useful things, so I can press buttons and not have to worry about things later.
So yeah, this is a really interesting game for routing just because there's so much openness in how you can solve the different puzzles. So there's always one solution that's just completely bonkers and gets you through it really quickly.
And this level introduces you to the professionals, who have a tendency of killing me.
Yeah, the professionals, okay, what's the rules about them? They basically have like perfect accuracy, they can see in the dark.
Yeah, they're the only ones that can basically hit you no matter what.
Yeah.
They're not 100%, but they're fairly consistent with it. And here I'm going to shoot out a window that I can't see. And this guard can't get to it because the door doesn't have a hand scanner for him to use, so just kind of jump around.
Yeah, like, no, this game's amazing.
And this is the only level that we actually glitch. There's a fun glitch where if you are on the right-hand side of a wall and you aim straight up or straight down, which it's being wonky with me right now, you'll kind of grab onto something that makes no sense, like that, and you can teleport through walls. And that's the only time we actually glitch the game. This level, this is actually one of my favorite levels because it's just kind of amusing. Because that guard decides that he's going to open the door for you anyways. And it only happens if you shoot the glass out when he's near it.
Can you explain the countdown clock?
Yeah, whenever you shoot a gun, there's that countdown clock in the bottom right-hand corner that starts counting down. If that goes all the way to 0, there's like a sniper.
Yeah.
Let's just go here. That will appear at the end of the level, and you can't actually complete the level at that point.
The backstory behind the game is that basically all like guns have been outlawed, and so there's a huge crackdown on anybody having firearms. As soon as somebody detects you using firearms, somebody comes to kill you for doing it.
Yep. And in that level, when I got that guard to go up a floor, that's actually the faster way of getting this level done. It's kind of a pain to get it to happen just because it's somewhat random, but if it does, it shaves off about 2-3 seconds because I can get the elevator down onto that floor without having to wait for it. So most of this game is just overuse of mechanics for the most part. Aw, that guy fell. That disappoints me. Normally, if he doesn't fall, I can get him to open this so I can just jump out of the building. But since we don't have that option, we'll have to do it this way. I'm actually about 2 levels off at the end of the game already, so.
Yeah. I guess one of the problems with this game from just sort of a casual standpoint is it's actually extremely short. But speedrunning it makes it a nice, quick 10-minute run.
And here I have an option of 2 separate missions. I always tend to choose the second one, and there's not really a difference, except for the end here. And what it does is it causes someone to be at the top floor that's not normally there. And it's probably the thing that entertains me the most. Oh. I have to restart because I don't have enough bullets to take out the final boss. Or quote, boss. There we go. Yeah. And this guy will jump out the window on his own.
Yeah.
Shoot him and get ready for time. Time.
8:34.
That's a PB for me. I need 6 people to give me a number 1 through 3.
2.
3, 2, 1, 5,
All right,
3,
so 2,
67, 69,
2.
3,
2.
natural log, 2,
Natural log, so I have to go with 3.
I, 2,
1.
I'm not sure if this is going to show up, but one of the things that I enjoy with the game is when you complete. Oh, I don't have
Oh,
it.
yeah, no, sorry.
It'll actually post a blog post, quote unquote, that with all the selections that you made. So it's pretty entertaining. But that is Gunpoint in its entirety. So.
Sweet. Buy that game. It's really good.